This is Review Your Gear Radio with your hosts Chris Husted and Jason Renner. Coming to you with the latest topics, reviews, and techniques for hunting and fishing in the Midwest. And here they are, Chris and Jason. Take it away, boys.
Hello, Review Your Gear Radio. I'm Chris Husted.
I'm Jason Renner.
Season 4, Episode 14. I'm calling this the Yar-Craft Owners Invitational Tournament Edition. That's a lot of words.
Well, it's a couple weeks away, so you're really prepping for this.
Well, because I just decided. But we'll get to that in a moment. So, first off, I got to start it off with something I just really want to get off my chest.
Uh-oh.
I love getting old. So much so that I woke up this morning and for the life of me, I can't understand why the bottom of my left heel and the sides, anything that has to do with weight on my heel in any way, shape, or form feels like death. And every step, so I've been hobbling around, as you saw, all day.
Yeah. Is it a sharp pain going up, or is it referring anywhere? Or is it just in there?
It's when I if I take the weight off it, it still throbs, but of course not as bad. But when I put weight on it, I'll give it a day or two. But the problem, if there is one, is what we talked about off mic, is dove opener tomorrow.
You can't be hobbling.
Well, I won't. I'd have to post up with a chair or something, But
in that limits, you can't walk in on someplace. You gotta be dry.
I know, and I don't want to be.
And it's 97 degrees.
97 degrees.
We're getting soft.
I wonder how the mosquitoes or the flies will be out there.
Off. Yeah,
and then when you shoot a dove, you almost have to have a cooler. Like just
temperature,
just to throw the carcass in.
Yeah, because it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to be quite warm tomorrow.
Isn't it supposed to be much cooler on Friday?
Correct. There's supposed to be a cold front that comes through tomorrow night. That cools off.
Want to do what time are you leaving Friday for the lake?
I think right around 3 when the girls go out.
I thought maybe Friday would be the day, but I get it.
Well, we may be able.
We'll figure it out. So it looks like I do have a tournament left. I kind of got pointed in the direction to consider. Well, I'm a Yar-Craft guy now, and I never really. I was always familiar with the tournament, like I knew of it, but considering I'm not I wasn't a Yar-Craft guy. I didn't.
Plus
put much thought into
your home waters, technically.
That means nothing this year. That's like saying you get ready for another beatdown, but I just can't put it together. But at any rate, I am going up this weekend, not to really obviously pre-fish, but I want to work on some techniques that I want to dial in, that I've been trying to dial in all summer. It's taken way too much of my time, especially pre-fishing time, trying to figure this weird system out. I'll talk about it soon enough, but for now, it's under.
Secret.
No, it's not a secret. We're trying to figure it out. I'm not saying we haven't.
We don't know enough about it to talk about it,
but we will. I'm hoping. I'm just hoping that in the end, all this hard work will pay off to figure out a system
that's very popular in the walleye world.
Yeah, this is nothing new. I'm not reinventing the wheel, but on Sakakawea, it's not used.
No.
So I'll put it that way. So September 24th is the tournament. Also, duck opener.
Correct. And I will miss both of them. I'll be working that weekend, but that's what happens when you commit to things for a job. But hey, I got some time the week after. I might go find a slough.
Really, duck opener, especially resonant opener, like any openers, it's kind of a crap show. But if you were to sneak out the next week for, like, say, a Tuesday, there won't be anyone afield.
Yeah, so no, I get 2 days off because I'm working the weekend, and
nice.
I may sneak up and go find a slough. Sneak up, scout one more. If I get 2 days off, take a Tuesday, Wednesday. Or
You're going to strap on the waders.
Strap on the waders.
Not going to field hunt?
No, I'll field hunt. If I can find one, I'll find one.
I suppose. It makes sense.
It's just, again, conversation I've had with a lot of my duck hunt buddies is, okay, we're all mid-40s. Why don't we perfect this field hunting? Why even put on the waders? Just go find ducks on a field.
Sure. Why don't you?
I don't know. We don't have a lot of setup for ducks in a field.
All you need is a couple dozen Canadas and a few spinners.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not rocket science.
No, and
you just got to hide.
Yeah. And we all have layout blinds and stuff like that.
Layout blinds are getting tough. I'm the anti-layout blind, but it's hard because you have to use them at times. Yeah. I mean, you have no choice in certain scenarios. I'm still having a hard time with the panel blinds. I know guys love to put out their mini tree rows or what have you in the middle of a field, but to me, it just looks weird.
You're talking like almost like a fence post panel?
No, I mean, they're very common now. I call them panel blinds, A-frames, whatever you want to call them. But you know what they are, don't you? They're like, it's like basically setting up a fort in the middle of a field. You can sit on a chair.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I know guys that use them.
Yeah.
And they swear by them. They're like, you guys are just nuts laying on the ground. Because we're sitting here with the heaters going and sipping coffee, sitting in a chair comfortable, watching it all go down. Panel blind flips down. If for like guides and clients, they're very popular as well for the comfort factor, especially with your older hunters.
So how do you hide the profile of it?
They brush the heck out of it. I don't know. It looks weird to me, but the birds sometimes eat it up. I don't.
I mean, I've been in a hay bale blind once that I never thought would work because there was no hay bales, and we did kill some birds. But this was back 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep in mind, first week of duck opener is still bobbers and worms. You have a lot of them with eggshells on their head still.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, we're not talking about, the smartest ducks in the world. You just got to be at the right place.
Correct.
At the right time. Bobbers and worms, baby.
Bobbers and worms.
So, the NWT Championship, Mr. Hoyer got it done casting.
Yeah, which is... Some people would say, well, what's strange about that? It was on Lake Erie. And Erie has always been a troller's paradise.
Right.
I mean, that is, casting is like taboo on that lake. And so to hear that it was, not only was first place, it was first and second done casting. So it does bring up the age-old question of, I wonder if he was using live target, whatever.
He had to have.
He had to be. So,
I mean, if you're going to go through a long section, I think he was casting on weeds and rocks, if I heard
yeah,
correctly.
He treated it like Canadian Shield, looking for certain weeds on rock piles and stuff like that. Probably cabbage. But, I mean, let's be honest. John's one of the best sticks out there.
Well, if you win the NWT championship, you kind of have to be, don't
Not
you?
once. Twice now.
Okay.
He's the second guy to be.
Who was the first?
Oh, our buddy Jason. Sure. God, I'm going to.
Oh, Shakura?
Shakura.
I always butcher his name too, but
he was the only one to win it twice now. Hoyer's the second one.
Okay, I guess I don't keep track of the history.
Shakura was in third place. He was trolling, but was it Devin Helm? He won Angler of the Year.
Dwayne. Dwayne.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Did I say Dave? David?
I don't know. You said something clearly wrong. Go on.
But It's his first year on tour too.
Oh, but did you see how Dewey's year on the tour? He kicked butt.
Yeah,
he won quite a few tournaments.
Yeah, he was a co-angler
and took a second.
He was co-angler for quite a few years and learned and befriended the right people. I mean, he was part of Hoyer, Kavaya, that team.
Sure.
If you're gonna befriend somebody on tour, those are kind of the guys.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean,
now this brings another question, and I'm totally not discounting anyone's efforts on tour. How much is everyone on tour on a team? How many guys do it alone? I'm curious. I have no idea.
I think there's a few that still do it alone, but I mean, like, I know Elfish, I think he travels with Shimoda, Heiser, and L travel together.
Yeah, I'm familiar with all the different teams, but I don't know all of them. I know the ones around here.
Yeah, but I'm guessing everybody kind of has their travel teams. I think they rent cabins together.
But what about the guys? What if you're a guy right now? Let's just be honest. If you're just Joe Schmo, just saying, "Hey, I want to throw my hat in the ring next year," it's really tough to jump in that alone.
Correct. I think. I really think you have to co-angler and get to know some of the pros so you can develop the team.
Think so?
I really think you do. Unless you know some of those guys already. And reach out. But from what I've heard is most of those guys, if you reach out to them, they'll tell you what it's like. They'll tell you the highs, the lows, a lot of those guys, what it takes to make that leap. I think it's definitely a discussion that happens between fishermen because, nobody wants to go out there and just fall on your face and hate it because, let's be honest, we all love the sport for the sport. I mean, we love fishing.
Right. But it's very competitive, obviously.
Correct.
And, it's not easy, I'm sure, to, for lack of a better word, break into those circles.
No. You got to bring something to the party. You got to prove yourself, I think. And,
right.
So, but, I mean, there are so many good sticks and legendary guys. But Hoyer, you had the Kavayats, the Parsons, the Mike Geffrons, the, rest in peace, Ron Seeloffs, Pete Harsh, all those guys that did the tour for years and years, and then you had, Tommy Kimos came in. He's done wonders. He's kind of that spearheaded that second generation now. You got Kimos, Springer, Chase Parsons. Springle, yeah. Chase Parsons, Hoyer, you got that second generation that's kind of taken, Kiefer Dahlberg. I mean, he's, I guess, a kid you're supposed to watch.
Well, what's interesting, though, and some of these guys in Minnesota this year that just completely took names, if they make the leap, those guys could team up and do some damage the way they've dominated their electronics and their approach.
But that's key. You got to have guys that. I think the biggest thing with a lot of teams is finding guys you fish your strengths with.
Really? No, and I think, though, maybe I'm wrong because I'm ignorant to this, but would it be helpful to have different styles of fishermen because in your team, simply because you all approach it differently? If you all approach it the same, I'm just saying, yeah. Devil's advocate here.
You look at, I guess Kavayas and Parsons are good at not only casting, they're good at trolling. They're good. Those guys have, they helped Berkeley design how many lures now. For trolling and casting and, they're just good anglers. But, you look at it and the days of the Gary Roaches, older of
Old school, you mean?
old school, complete specialization. You know, Gary used to run and Pete Harnish with tiller guys. They'd run tiller. They were boat control. They liked the live bait. I mean, I very rarely heard those guys troll anything other than trolling live bait. I mean, has that type of specialized fisherman gone away? You don't even hear about it on the bass angler, the Elite Series. There used to be guys that were like flippers and guys that were deep water, and that, Ike and Ellie's kind of came in, and that group, and Kevin Van Dam, they could do everything, and that's what made them great. And I think that's kind of where the walleye fishing has gone.
Right. Well, that's kind of there's so many ways to catch a walleye now. I mean, think about it. 25, 30 years ago, you Lindy rigged, you jigged, or you maybe cranked.
Yeah, but cranking was you pull shad wraps.
Right. I'm not saying it had that. It was very, but nowadays there's so many more techniques. Plus, there's so many techniques that we've talked about in previous podcasts in the bass world that are now being applied for walleye fishing.
Correct. I mean, you look at, Nico. There's
drop shotting things. I mean, whatever. Yeah.
There's all kinds of. And I don't think without the development of bass plastics and the advances in that we'd have the walleye plastics we do now.
Well, plastics work, as you know, extremely well for walleyes.
Correct.
Also, in recent years, hair jigs have proven you don't even need plastics.
Oh, they're phenomenal if you know how to fish them. I mean, well, look at even the fake leeches now and power corking them.
Have you seen liquid willow cats? I believe the liquid leech.
They almost look better than the real ones.
They're amazing. I have some. They're good. They're good stuff.
I mean, but you imagine putting those on a jig and just kind of subtly popping, power corking with them.
Right.
Devil's Lake, or it's just amazing the technology that they've come from. So,
wow, it's time to get into Tales from the Chub Tank.
Tales from the Chub Tank.
I might have to chub again. I thought maybe my year was done, but if I have a tournament coming up, darn well we're going to have some chubs for this one. I'm going to end up probably back at the same ground I went to recently.
So here's my question for you.
Uh-oh.
Because you can be fishing a little bit deeper stretch for this.
Yeah.
How deep is too deep for those chubs?
That's a good question. I've used them deep, and you bring them up. I don't think they have the air bladder issue.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm not a biologist. But they come up, and you bring them back down, and you bring them up, and you bring them back down, and then they seem fine.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just asking, per se, that
I've seen them used extremely deep in tournaments by guys successfully. It works. You just, it's the necessary evil of walleye tournaments, especially up here. In a lot of the lakes, you gotta have creek chubs. Oh, by the way, I heard a rumor that out-of-state creek chubs are going to be allowed next year.
Really?
Yeah, from bait companies, things of that nature.
So,
because a lot of guys are going just across the border into Minnesota or South Dakota to get creek chubs. So maybe they're just making it easier. I don't know.
But with ANS.
No, I get it. But these are already registered bait dealers that already have to go through, I'm sure, ANS protocols. So,
I mean, they probably have to be, I think they have to be in a holding tank for so long before they can transform over.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Could not tell you, but I will tell you, I will be trapping on this bad boy. I know they're gonna trap in this creek. I I tested it for a very short amount of time, of course, and had some good success. So I imagine what a 2-hour soak will do. Just got to pack a lunch, be patient.
Find a bar.
Get. I'd like to pre-fish with some chubs. I don't want to just pre-fish on the tournament. I'm only going to pre-fish a day or two for this, I think.
Gotcha.
And I'm not going to, whatever. Yeah. But, yeah. Good old tales from the Chub Tank. So, have you priced out offshore planer boards recently?
No.
So, one of mine went AWOL. I have no idea where it is. And I was like, okay, so I need to replace it. I think I borrowed it, and I don't remember who I borrowed it to. Whatever. Point is, $40 a board, which isn't horrible. But then you need the tattle kit. Now, they have the tattle flag kit, which is $30.
Okay.
However, they have the economy tattle flag kit, which doesn't include a flag. Because, I mean, really, you already have a flag.
Okay.
For about $10.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. You're really charging $20 for that little plastic flag. Anyways, and then about $18 roughly for the OR. I can't remember, was it OR 45 or whatever it is. The adjustable tension snap clip. Which, since I use Power Pro, if you're going to use offshore boards, you have to use the tension release clip. You can't, unless you're going to double wrap, and I just don't double wrap.
That's painful.
I don't double wrap, so many jokes I can make out.
Yeah, I know.
But if you add it all up, with tax, and if you don't find the economy kit, if you buy the regular, I mean, with tax, you're over $90 a board.
That's spendy.
It's spendy. It's an expensive board, but you need the dang tattle clip. And again, I use Power Pro, so you need the clip. So I don't know. I consider it money because I use my boards.
Yeah.
I have had decent luck with the Ninja boards. Thank you. Just the padding got a little worn down on the tension release clip.
They're half the price.
They not even. What are they? Like $30, $40? $30,
$40. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can get a 3-pack for almost the same price as one fully rigged.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're not bad boards. They're just, they take a little getting used to.
Correct.
The flag works backwards, which is kind of cool because the flag, instead of getting pulled down, is actually getting pulled up.
Which lets you know that there's a bite in reverse.
Right. Yeah. It seems to actually make more sense. So, I've used them both this weekend. I'll probably use both, but if I had to choose only one, it'd be offshores.
Yeah.
So let's take a break. We'll be right back here on Review Your Gear Radio. And we are back. So, Jason.
Yes, sir.
When are we going again to play electronic pull tabs? I've been fighting those stupid things because you and I are kind of the same. Neither of us are like huge gamblers, but given the opportunity, we'll throw some money down. Now, pull tabs are historically, I mean,
awful odds.
Yeah, they are. But, when you're at a bar and you look at the right jar and you're throwing some money with the boys and, pull a few fives, maybe a 50, who knows? Maybe pay for a round. But I'm, like we've talked about, I'm very unlucky with those stupid things. I've got a very short list of memories of pulling big tabs. So, I'm historically a blackjack guy, I guess, if I had to throw money down on the table. But those stupid electronic pull tabs got us. Now, we sat down at the 5-Star Dive Bar.
The 5-Star.
One of our hangouts. And holy cow, what did you hit the first night?
400.
But you hit another one too, didn't you?
Yeah,
another smaller one?
Yeah, I think I hit a 40 to start with. And then I think I was up like to $60 with 20 in. And then
you pulled the 400.
Pulled the 400.
Yep.
And then we played it down to 400. I played it back down to 400, but there was that one time where we thought we were going to be playing for 500.
Right. But, and then I go the next time and I pull the 160, which isn't that great. It's not a great of a story, but I'm not going to lie, for throwing $20 in and playing for 20 minutes and pulling some money each time.
What still boggles my mind about is how those. I know there's an algorithm that makes them legal that they're the same hit rate as.
Oh, sure. Don't kid yourself. If we keep playing those stupid things, we're gonna lose.
Oh, I know.
We're gonna lose big.
I'm just saying, how are those?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, how is that different from the slot machine?
It's not.
In Deadwood.
It's really not.
And,
when we throw a 20 down, we play for 15 minutes just to see what happens and then walk away regardless. Boy, I see a lot of people that are sitting for a long time pushing those buttons.
Again, I told you, like, our club, what it netted last year was just ridiculous. And, we have to pay a certain amount to make that legal. So, I mean, I'm sure we're paying out, 2 to 3 times more what we made on it or whatever to make it legal.
Right.
But, I mean, that kind of profit isn't just easily made. I mean, geez. So, not only do North Dakotans drink,
we gamble.
We gamble.
So, since we're in the gambling mood, Jason, should you hit a 16 against a 7 showing by the dealer in blackjack? Serious question here.
I never would, but that's.
So what do you do? What do you do?
I stay on that.
Okay, you stay on it.
Yeah.
According to the odds. The odds of you busting when you hit 16 is about 62%.
Okay.
So almost 2/3 you're going to lose.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
High rate, however, if you fail to hit the card, the odds that you lose are even higher. Failing to take a hit gives you a probable loss rate at 70%, sir.
No.
So, and I quote, as much as you don't want to hit that 16, your odds of winning, although still in the negative, are 10% better when you do.
Interesting.
Yep. So I always hit those stupid things. I hit anything 7 or above. I hit my 16s. Yeah. Some nights, though, it's like, it's brutal because everything's a jack, queen, 10, king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You bust hard. It's not like you're just getting a 6. You're getting a, face card. So
yeah. You're getting smacked down.
I'm sure there's parents right now explaining to their kids who are also listening that, listen, gambling is not smart. Take it from us.
Yeah, it's not. It's a losing game.
The Bismarck CVB, they love me.
Yes, they do.
Let's have a Mille Lacs Minute.
This is your Mille Lacs Minute. As of September 1st through November 30th, possession limit is 1 walleye between 20 and 23 inches. Or 1 fish longer than 26 inches. All other walleye must be released immediately. This has been your Mille Lacs Minute.
Excellent done, sir. Well done. Well played. So, have you noticed how many sales are going on of active targets lately?
So, are they releasing something, or are they just trying to get out into the market? Because when you think about it, that generation of live imaging is, because live scope right now, you can find it for $1,100. The first generation, the LSV 32s. So is it them answering that price for that generation? Because since the LSV 34 came out, that's $16.99 with the box, or $11.99 without the GLS 10. I haven't been looking at them or anything like that, so
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
But are they starting to kind of try to get more out there? Like I said, we talk about it all the time. is this going to be the norm in 2 years? I mean, I remember when a 9-inch graph was like, ooh, that's big. I mean,
2 boats ago, I got HDS 10s, and that was like a big deal. This was a long time ago.
yeah,
I get it.
but now it's like, I mean, we're talking 16-inch graphs and live scope and $8,000 later. But I mean, who'd have dreamed we have $60,000 motors on the back of?
Do you really? I'm being honest. Like, is there really an advantage to a 16-inch screen over, say, a 12? Unless you really have bad eyes. I'm being honest.
You are getting old, Chris.
No, but my eyes are still I don't hear for you know what. But the point is really, what's the advantage to a 16-inch screen? I mean, I'm being honest.
It's like 2 8-inch screens together. So if you split it, it's like having 2 8s.
But what real advantage are you having in that point?
Clear, I don't know. You can,
12s are pretty darn clear.
Correct, but you get better target definition. I don't know. You can watch TV stream to your depth finder.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if a lot of it's like a lot of things in this world. Do you really need a $500,000 car?
Well, yeah. I mean,
to drive to get eggs and milk.
You look at, per se, I won't pick on any brand, but I'll say a well-equipped 22-foot fiberglass boat touches on $120,000
all day, every day,
every day
now. All of them do now.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But I mean, it's just like, who'd have thunk? Like I said, you got $40,000-$50,000 in your motor. You got $20,000 in electronics. I mean, there's $80,000 alone.
That's horrible math, sir.
Wow.
Do you realize what you just said?
Yeah.
I won't pick on you. UND grad.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I went to NDSU, so I won't go there. But
yeah.
Right now, I'm getting a lot of hate probably from the UND grads for that one. Let's go on to headlines. 90-year-old Bulldog fish fossil is caught by a tournament angler in Nebraska. Did you see anything about this?
No, I have not yet.
He had a bad cast, hooked it, took a picture of it because he thought it was like bones from like a cow or something. Turned out to be, when they went back and looked it up, it's an extinct fish called a bulldog fish that was covered large portions, but they used to grow up to 20 feet long and go up to 1,000 pounds.
That's a big fish.
Yeah. And so, pretty rare. So, yeah, he hooked that. Thought that was kind of cool. Annual Redneck fishing tournament in Illinois. This one just awesome. So essentially, it's for the Asian carp.
Okay, yeah.
So they fill the boats pretty fast and furious, and then they have a big community feed, food, music, whatever. It's a good time. So yes, the Asian carp have completely, for lack of a better word, destroyed some fisheries in some sense.
The Illinois River as well.
But however, they're making the most of it. The top team caught 346 fish in just 2 hours.
That's a lot of fish.
Yeah. But they all just literally jumped in the boat and they had nets and they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is one of my favorite stories as of late. Just because of the headline, and I'm going to try to say it with a straight face. Monkey hunting team accidentally shoots a woman with a tranquilizer dart, knocking her out for an hour while chasing a monkey in Japan. So, evidently this is a thing in Japan. Like, there's monkeys running all over the place, and so, they have, like, the monkey police or what have you. Look at the size of that dart. It's a big dart.
Tranquilizer.
Oh, it was from was it Old School?
Might be.
Yeah. He gets right in the jugular. I like you, man, but you crazy. Oh,
I mean,
whoops.
whoops.
I smell a lawsuit in Japan in that one.
I missed the monkey.
She got shot in the arm, and she was out for an hour, and it took her another hour to come to be released.
I don't mean to laugh at this lady's misfortune, but I mean, not every day I miss the monkey.
And this is what I come up with when I Google hunting, and this is one of the top stories. So this is what you get. That was headlines. Good headlines, honey.
Good headlines.
So the best knot for fusing braid and fluorocarbon or mono.
You got the double uni knot.
I do the lazy man's route occasionally. Well, a lot more than I care to admit, where I use the small swivel.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to switch. I'm just going to start doing double unis for everything.
You ever tried the Bimini twist?
No.
Kind of a little more difficult, but along the same lines.
Is that what got you married, or?
The Bimini twist?
Yeah. Is that your special move, like Costanza? Or wait, that was old Costanza. He stopped short.
Yeah, stop.
Anyways, but if you're interested, if you use braid like I do, Power Pro, and you want to, tie to a leader, for example, trolling things of that nature, look into the double uni knot. I know if you go to YouTube and Google double uni knot, good luck. I'm sure there's 1,000.
The surgeon's knot's pretty close out there. That one's pretty close.
The thing though about the double uni is it's kind of a complex knot. It's easy, but it takes time.
Correct.
It's not one that you really want to do when it's 30 miles an hour in the boat and it's bouncing. It's probably not the easiest knot to tie, I'm going to say.
Nobody wants to do that out there. Nobody wants to tie that knot.
Do it in the harbor.
Do it in the harbor.
So, Renner, what is cooking on the stone? You got to say the voice.
What's cooking on the stone?
There you go. Insert Renner voice here.
I have not touched my stone this weekend, surprisingly.
How come?
Well, probably this weekend, almost every meal will be on the stone because we'll be up the camp.
Oh, the 17?
Yeah. No. We'll be at my in-laws. So
okay, they have the big one.
We'll have the big 36 out all weekend.
Okay.
So I know we're doing shrimp one night. Love shrimp on the stone.
Where are you getting your shrimp?
We've been getting our shrimp from Sam's Club.
Okay.
Raw.
I like them at Costco, and again, they're scallops. They get good scallops at Costco. Oh, on the grill. Or on the Blackstone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And then I'm going to do, I think, some brioche French toast.
Wow. Surprised you. Can you spell that?
Brioche?
No, I'm joking.
That's to do with food I can spell.
Hockey players. But it's more of the same for me.
BLTs.
It's BLTs, baby. I've been making bacon and more bacon. Usually it's the Hormel thick cut. Lately I've been finding the Cloverdale extra thick cut on sale. That's seriously the thickest. That's like almost a mini steak.
Yeah.
And it's bacon.
It's almost like pork belly.
It's amazing. Takes a bit because you want to cook it, but when it's all said and done for BLTs, I don't like BLTs using really thin, crispy bacon for BLTs.
Yeah, have a little.
You gotta have some meat to it.
Yeah, you gotta have some meat to it.
So yeah, the extra thick bacon from Cloverdale.
I still don't get the onions in yours.
I add onion. Yes, I like a little bit of that crunch, and I love onion. So is Lisa.
Do you put salt and pepper on yours?
Pepper
only.
Not heavy, but I grind pepper.
I put a little salt.
I actually, on fresh tomatoes, I could slice up a fresh tomato and put a little hint of salt on it. Or even pepper, too. Oh, it's divine.
Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah. Is there anything better, though, than a fresh BLT this time of year? Besides sweet corn.
I was going to say, I had sweet corn from my garden tonight. So that was delicious.
How big were the ears?
I get them I like to pick them when they're young.
Okay.
So I had, probably about 8 to 12 inch ears.
Okay.
Not bad. Young corn, though. I like to pick it when it's young. And I kind of cheat. I put my head in the microwave. 3 minutes a ear. Then chop the back off of it and slide it right out.
Okay.
Works like a charm.
Like a champ. Bless you. I'm actually old school. I like to steam or boil mine.
I don't mind that, but when you're in, you have kid. Well, you have one kid driving, which is, but I mean, Terry was picking up Ella from volleyball. I'm like, just, 4 cobs, 12 minutes, boom, done.
Right. I get it. I just have some, I love when you pull it out of a steam and then you throw that butter on and it just melts all over it.
And there's something about just regular butter. It's not margarine. It's not just butter.
Yeah. And salt, of course.
Yeah. I don't salt mine.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
Oh, I'm not usually I don't put salt on anything, but tomatoes fresh, believe it or not, watermelon. I like salt in my watermelon, and then corn. That's it. I don't put salt literally on anything else. Except for when I'm cooking steaks, but that's
okay.
garlic salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, gotta end it with food.
I'm not gonna lie, I did pull something off tonight that was unbelievable.
What's that?
I did a Korean barbecue chicken that I smoked.
Wow. How long did you smoke it?
45 minutes on smoke, 225. And then we did 45 minutes at 425, wrapped it up, crisped that skin up good,
Yeah.
And then with about 10 minutes left, I made some Korean barbecue sauce, and I slathered that on there. And I'm not going to lie, it was almost turkey-worthy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Almost turkey-worthy. I mean, you know what turkey I'm talking about. It was phenomenal.
Really? That's saying a lot.
Well, and to get my wife to eat chicken, because when she was sick, she had to eat a lot of chicken.
So she got sick of it.
She got sick of chicken. So when she tells me I could eat this chicken, I was like, win.
Nice.
It's a win. So,
nice.
And who doesn't like a little Korean barbecue? I wish we had a Korean barbecue place in town. A little bulgogi.
Let's get on that, except we'll never find help. That's a whole topic I could have a whole nother podcast is why don't people work anymore? Like everywhere is short staffed. It's just crazy. But
well,
do we even want to go down that road?
I'll go down. This is my theory. It's quick. How many people make their high schoolers and college kids working?
That's a good question. Mine do.
Correct. But, I mean, I've told my kids, I said, when I laughed. We picked up pizza at A&B the other day, and I jokingly, the manager walks by, and I complimented her on, we always get good service over there and stuff like that. And I said, how old do you hire? Oh, 14. Said, there you go, Ella. Here's your future.
Is she 14 now?
No, she's
soon.
She's 12.
Oh, okay, I thought she was 13. I thought she was 13, but yeah, Brooklyn's coming up.
And I'm like, you can go work a few hours. You can pay for some of this sports and clothes, and I mean,
it's a good lesson.
Yeah, well, it really is. Needs to, work a job where I worked at Pizza.
You have to learn. You just need to stay busy and learn how to manage your time.
Correct. Otherwise, life gets hard.
And I really feel for business owners all over America right now.
They can't hire. Exactly. Can't hire fast enough. So.
Anyways, that's a downer. Let's end on an upper. I'm Chris Husted.
I'm Jason Renner.
This was Review Your Gear Radio. See, that's an upper.
That's an upper.
Thanks for tuning in to Review Your Gear Radio. Be sure to tune in next episode, and don't forget to check out reviewyourgear.com. Also, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Till next time, tight lines and good times in the outdoors.